This is the Chesapeake Explorer. Welcome to my continuing series on the RV Works Cajun Bayou Broiler. Tonight I'm going to broil some cod, and I'm going to do broil some shrimp too. So here we go with the cod. Onto the broiler. Got the flame down. Push on in there and we'll start broiling. Now you need to do your dishes, separately. You can do them at the same time. I use Nordic ware, aluminum plates. These are old school plates from the 60s, 70s, maybe the 80s. Nordic ware still makes them. They have these plastic things that you put the aluminum plates in. They were made for broiling steaks and shrimp, fish, things like that, chicken, and they still make them. You can go to webrestaurantsupply.com. Great place. I bought a lot of things from them, and you can get these platters. They're not Nordic ware. They'll be another brand, but they're the same thing. They're black plastic, you see them in restaurants. I'm turning it down now. It takes, maybe it takes about 5 minutes. This is a pretty thick piece of cod. I've got rouge pepper on there that my French female, longtime friend of 34 years now, doesn't like. She took her to the Lynn Haven Fish House at Virginia Beach. That was supposedly a local's favorite. It was a nice place. I enjoyed my broiled seafood platter. She got fish and she said, no, they've had red pepper on. No, she told me, they do not know how to cook fish here. I called the manager and she told him, no, you do not put the the pepper, red pepper, the rouge pepper on the fish. So he graciously took it off the bill. But I continue to enjoy mine. You can see how that flame is there. And of course I've showed you how to adjust it on the needle valve in my other videos, I think. Or maybe I haven't yet, but here we go. There's the needle valve right there. The needle valve adjustment. There's no adjustment on the regulator. It's a red 10 psi regulator back here. No adjustment. You open the valve, of course, and propane can be erratic. Also your air vent, which I've shown in my original video, you can get wind blowing here and that'll cause some problems. So I've got to turn down. I'm going to turn it down a little bit more. Turn to the right, it lowers the flame on the needle valve. Turn to the left, it raises the flame. You want to take your time. There's no big rush. In other words, there's no need to do this. Okay, I don't want to be known as Chef Torch here. Okay, look what I did to that, just right there. I burned the spices. See, the Slap Your Mama, Louisiana Cajun spice, and the paprika. So you don't want to do that. So I'm going to go ahead, but it'll still taste good. It's not that bad. So I'll just let it keep on cooking here, and I'll put the shrimp in here in about a minute. Be right back. So here I have the shrimp. And I peeled these shrimp and left the tails on. If you leave the shells on shrimp, you got to keep the heat way down because the shells will burn. And don't put your hand in there because that can burn too. I'll get my tongs right here. I should have up close, but I didn't put them there. Here we go. Move that in there. Move them around. And this is a generous size cooking area here. You could probably, I bet you could broil 9 thick, 2-inch thick, 2.5-inch thick New York strips. Porterhouses, New York T-bones. Porterhouse and T-bones, no, you couldn't get that many in there. But you could probably get 9, or at least, without any problem at all, 6. I'm talking 2.5-inch. You want them 3-inch thick, hand cut, prime New York strip steaks. Yeah, you can get them in there, or choice, you know. So here we are. She's broiling away. You know, I flamed it for you, and so I'll have to pay for that. But I'll eat it. That fish is going to be good. You know, you don't need to get this thing flaming like that. The advantage of this, which I described in my original video, is that a standard home broiler, you have to lay on the floor if they're gas, usually. Electric broilers, you can have them, you know, in a second, a broiler above the oven. My sister's got one. A GE with an oven below and a broiler above. Okay, but still, they don't get the heat this gets. And the heat source is not as big as that. You know, you got the oval that in those things, or the oval heat element, cauldron element, whatever they call it, on the electric stoves and broilers. So here we is. You don't want to cook shrimp too long. Shrimp is delicate. Fish is delicate. Seafood is delicate. It doesn't take that long to cook it. So you don't want to overdo it. Okay? And if you want to, you know, you really don't need to turn this stuff. And the reason is because if you use these aluminum broiler plates, because they're thick and they're rounded, structurally strong. So, you know, as opposed to putting in a flat aluminum small, you know, sheet pan, because they can warp. But these things, because they're rounded, they are tough. Let me tell you, they're designed for broiling. You can also put the food right on the grate, but with seafood that can be difficult. I mean, you know, you can put it on there like that, it'll work. But then you got to pick all this stuff off one by one. That thing's awful hot. And there I got some grit on there from the carbon from doing the steak last night. So here we are. I'm about finished. I'm going to tell you, I'm about finished. These shrimp, just in this time right now, are done. It doesn't take much with shrimp. I'll show some pictures inside. Okay, those shrimp are boiled. And I'm going to tell you, this cod right here, I believe this is done too. It doesn't take long with fish. Okay, let's take her on inside and see what we got. Cajun Bayou Broiler, RB Works. I have no affiliation with them, as I have explained before. I just love their products, and I love making videos to share my finds with other people. Here we are. Take a look at this here up close. I can see it's flaked. You see that? It is flaked. That is going to be great. And I clowned around, you know, I showed you how hot it would go. And that's, yeah, I mean, you talk about 1200 degrees. Honestly, this thing gets 1200 degrees. That Cajun Bayou Broiler, okay, it gets 1200 degrees, all right? And this, now the shrimp is perfectly broiled with the tails on, you know, because the tails, that gives you a handle, right? Oh, it's perfect. It is perfect broiled shrimp. I mean, you know, from here, you can put this stuff in a au gratin dish, add just a touch of butter, put it back in the broiler, just a couple, maybe 10 seconds, and that butter is going to melt whap like that, with garlic in it if you want, or lemon in it if you want, and then you have a little au gratin dish with broiled shrimp. Oh, I'll tell you, with a baked potato, you know, and your fixings, and you got something good there. I'm gonna tell you, you got something good. And this thing here, let's take a look at this fish. We can see, yeah, that fish is perfectly cooked. And we see that right there, absolute, that is delicious. Perfectly broiled cod. Flaky, and you know, if I hadn't clowned around and gave it the blast, just to show you, you know, try that. Delicious. But it is delicious, healthy, broiled fish. I did put some olive oil on the north square plate, rubbed it on there. I did put some butter on there, not on the plate, on the fish and the shrimp. Try one of these shrimp, and these plates are hot now. These are very hot plates. Don't touch them. They go in these plastic inserts, like I have. Perfect broiled fish shrimp. You know how much you would pay for a piece of cod? It wouldn't be broiled like this. It wouldn't be dark. If I hadn't have done what I did, it would be perfect. And the shrimp are perfect. If you went to a fine restaurant, depending where if you were in California, you were down on the beach there, around LA, and some of those great seafood restaurants. I've never been to one, but I lived in California 9 years. Yeah, I went to Kate Sessions Elementary School. Lived in one of the Palisades apartments, 58 and 60, Campbell, 56 to 58, you know, San Diego's, yeah, 58 to 60. Kate Sessions Elementary. Mrs. Warner, my elementary school teacher, God bless her, I hope she's still present. God bless you, Mrs. Warner, if anybody tells you about this video. You were a wonderful teacher. Wonderful. So anyway, you know, California, they've got some place out there sky high. Well, Hawaii does too, you know. Any resort like that. Beautiful place, you know, warm weather, yeah, you're going to pay. You're going to pay. I'll tell you what, you'd pay $40 for a platter with these shrimp. Nice big piece of cod, not like that, but you know what I'm talking about. Because I clowned it around, okay? Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to plate this up and I'm going to show you what it looks like. And there we have the final result. Broiled cod, broiled shrimp, baked potato with some margarine, smart balance, and au natural zucchini. Nothing on it. Doesn't need anything. No sauce is needed with this. The slap your mama spice from Louisiana is great, but you know it's spicy. So you know, my mother, 97, she can't handle it. I'm 71. I can definitely handle it, but I don't know how long. Okay, I'm the Chesapeake Explorer, Boston Whaler, Potomac Waterman, but not commercial, just insane. Okay, and Chesapeake Bay Boston Whaler captain, and captain of the Boston Whaler, 17 foot, 1987 Montauk 17, on the waters of the Potomac River, Rappahannock, the rivers of the Chesapeake Bay, tributaries, Maryland, Virginia, and of Ocean City, Maryland, and Virginia Beach, Virginia, out to 15 miles offshore. I even swim out there by myself, and not that far out. Okay, all right. That's my video, and this is, you would pay, I would tell you what, you'd pay at least $20 for this in just about any good seafood restaurant. And you know, some places, like I explained, you want to go to California where, you know, but down by the beach, you know, real picturesque place, beautiful, or Hawaii, you know, resort, you can pay $40 for this platter right here. All right, you can make all of this on your Cajun broiler just as good as those chefs can make it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed my video on the Cajun Bayou Broiler. Marby works, and I don't have any association with them once again.